Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. Thank you. Now enjoy the show.
What it do, everybody? Thank you for tuning in to another episode of RAERAEs Review. And me and my homegirl Erin gonna let y'all know about the What's Going Down episode of these RuPaul Drag Race All-Stars Season 11 bracket one halfers. Everybody, please help me welcome Erin to the stage. Yay.
Hello. Oh, excuse me. Hello, everybody. Happy Sunday, girl.
Happy Sunday.
We were at the happiest place on earth, and I am the tiredest person on earth. No, but happy to be reviewing Drag Race again.
And for me, I am still getting over this. You know what? It ain't that, but it's this. Okay. And I may take a few more pauses like I did before, trying to making sure I found anything else but A-okay. So
yes.
Now, y'all, this is the first time, I believe, and the last time, child, we're gonna do this, but we wanted to bring it all up to speed and to much more current,
right?
Because we're about 2 weeks behind, and we don't want to do that, given this particular show is moving along regardless.
Really? And they dropped 2 episodes right away. So they said, you're going to scramble to catch up, but we can do it.
Right. And we figure, you know what? Brackets 1, 2, and 3 ain't bad. We're not moving into a new bracket trying to keep up. I just didn't want to have to be playing catch up like that. But, I'm glad that we were able to sit here and give you a little something now. From the last time predictions, I'm going to let you go first.
Who do I, wait, what do you mean?
Your predictions from Jump. Has it changed?
Oh. Gosh. I still think Crystal Method is going to be high up, which is why I kind of wish that they would have pushed Morgan through instead of Dawn. But I don't want to get too ahead of myself. I think I know why Dawn made it through. Gosh, that's, I don't know. Akira is a strong contender, though. I think that was your favorite, and after this bracket, I certainly understand. Give them another design challenge, and she's gonna destroy all of you. Well, there's a couple other It's been good. Listen, I don't have any. How about that? Let me just stop rambling. I don't know yet. I did enjoy. I was sad to see this bracket go, though, a little bit.
Yeah, the one thing I appreciate is a grown woman conversation, okay? I love how it wasn't so petty, but yet again, I want Lucky Stars to be a lot more truthful about what she's doing. Because that was a smooth, like switcheroo what she did with
Morphine
and just try to just play it off as if none. It was just, it was a lot. It was some drama, but not enough to where it altered the show. Nothing like previous All Stars, which is where this particular way of winning came from. They have brackets. You can see they're color coded, right? And so each bracket goes through, they have 6 queens per bracket. And They are able to give each other points. So the top 2 queens of each week, so there'll be 3 at the end, right? Each week there's a winner. Each week there's a runner-up. So the other 4 have to choose whom to give their points to, because everybody's getting not everybody. Everybody has the opportunity of the 4 that are left over from the top 2. Those 4 is what I mean by everybody. They are given the opportunity to cast their vote. And this particular season, they're casting it based on who they think deserves it, CUNT characteristics or requirements. Not like the others where it was more, it was done differently. Do you think that this is a better way, or it doesn't really matter? A point is a point.
Well, I mean, some of them are trying to do alliances, right? So they still have all of that shenanigans in the mix. But what I really loved is that, Morgan is a season 2 person who had a queen person, a person too, who had a iconic fight with Mystique, and then went on to, I believe it's All Stars 5, and was quickly eliminated because she said, I'm going to be fully transparent. I'm just going to vote for whoever's doing the best because this is a competition. I'm not here to make alliances. I'm not going to, whatever. She just basically said what was up. And so so she got eliminated, and she, as we've seen, is literally like, she runs SoCal, like Bob and Monet have talked about it. Like, if you want to get a booking, if you want to get like 5 or 6 clubs, you talk to Morgan. Morgan does Riverside. Morgan does WeHo, West Hollywood. Morgan does Long Beach. Like, Morgan is a absolutely like seasoned veteran and very well regarded in the community as a stand-up human being who'll chew you out, but like is always like fair and like, a good person. So it was even more poignant that she said, I'm going to award my friend because my friend deserves it, even though she knew that having some integrity in the voting system would potentially knock her out. But she kept to what she said, and I loved it. I loved that part. So that's why it's really like sad, because it was very obvious that this was Morgan's time to really show everybody what she's got, but that it just didn't shake out in the right way because, she played it honorably. But that is okay. I think everybody really loved Morgan for that. So anyway, rambling aside, I just really wanted to give that backstory, even to those of you who are just joining the franchise through us or newer at it. There's a lot of history with Morgan being on the show this time around. So.
And all of that is true. Big ups to Morgan Michaels, got her face card up here. And as we looked into the intro looks the last time, we know who's on the show. We're talking about the issue between Mystique and Morgan. That's who Mystique is. Hello. Yeah. It is important for us to know the history behind these ladies, and not just the originators, but stuff is duplicated. How they say it, duplicated, never imitated. And was the imitation is the biggest form of flattery? Is that what they say?
Yeah, highest form of flattery.
There you go.
Same word, different. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I mean, and the part that was very oh okay, yeah. You want I'm sorry. We'll go in order like we normally do. Dawn.
What were you going to say?
Oh, you know what? There is something that I wanted to say up front that I happened 11/11 for those of you in SoCal, make a wish.
Hey.
It's a magic number, everybody. I happened to catch an interview with Morphine, like a red carpet interview.
Yeah.
And Morphine talked about how emotional she was on this season, that her mental health was in really, really rough shape to the point that RuPaul and T.S. Madison were actually kind of concerned that she was really not fit to perform because remember, Morphine had that horrible accident, right?
Yeah.
Morphine had really like a head trauma injury, a traumatic brain injury that was really kind of undetected. These were the major symptoms of that. And so everybody's been ragging on Morphine really hard about her behavior, her attitude, all of that. And Morphine is finally talking about it that I think she really went back to All Stars too soon after her injury. I think this was filmed really too close to it. I mean, her jaw was broken in half. She had to get a new chin. Like, for you to be hit so hard that your jaw breaks like that, of course you have brain injury, right? Of course you do. So I just wanted to say that up front because it really, really, really made me feel for Morphine. And although I wasn't hating on Morphine watching this the way everyone else was, it does soften the villain edit for me quite a bit,
Wow. Sorry, I had some in my mind. Anyway, I remember, I think watching Morphine for the first time was my first introduction into watching this full time, all the time. And she did such a great job. I was a little disappointed seeing her here. I wonder if what you mentioned about her possibly being distracted could have got in the way, because I was expecting more from her at All Stars, and considering that she won last year's
not last year. Lollapalooza.
Yeah, all of that. The Lollapalooza. The year, the 15, year 15 that she was on. And then just to see her, out there doing shows. I heard about the accident and was wishing her a great recovery. So far, so good, apparently. She got some good bones. So she's still being able to work, which is, of course, what we all need to do, no matter what. Like, I wish I could do this because I had this injury. So lucky for her, she's able to keep working, because that's what it's all about. Just continuing on. I'm glad that she's feeling better. So Rue comes in and starts to talk about things for episode 1. Of course, the point style, how we mentioned it. If you don't know, they come in with points. Top 2 gets 2 points each, and then they battle lip sync for the legacy, and whoever wins that lip sync gets an extra point, and then the other 4 ladies get to give their points away. So there's 4 extra points to be earned, and they give them how they want to, either through alliance or their own, if they keep their own counsel about it, sometimes we never really know what it is. But then again, we see what it is. Last year was some trickery, so it was, controversial. I wonder if they had any inside scoop of what not to do moving forward because of the trickery. Oh my gosh, it was kind of funny after a while, but it's like, oh wow, they actually just getting point away. Anyway, so yeah, so they can give their points however they choose, and it was interesting, right?
Mm-hmm.
They had a maxi challenge called the breakdancing challenge electric Rugaloo. Hello, electric Rugaloo, and then it was just a little, cute little talk that they do with the Rue. Sometimes this is a little introduction, like my co-host Aaron was saying, as they come up and talk about what they want to do for their costumage and how they want to portray their character. Give us some not the TED talk, but the Rue talk. I love the red. I guess it has to match Rue. Okay. I love it. And of course, I never knew, but then I started hearing how Akira left her previous season not wanting to finish. And then she's explaining why here, where it was, some
Right. Yeah, she did. A
pride
lot,
and
almost
mental
every,
challenges. Oh, go ahead.
almost several people almost walked out of that season.
Mm-hmm.
So whatever was running, I think Candy Muse was on that season. It just wasn't going well.
Child. And Lucky Stars. Of course, she does her. I know it's camp, but is it a certain camp or just camp drag?
Um. Well, honestly, I would say it's almost kitsch. You know how there was kitsch bar, like because it's camp, but it's like an even higher level. Do you know what I mean? Where it's like walking art kind of thing.
Okay. And then also the originator of Untucked, and with that fight between her and Morgan, pretty much now they're all listening to what this conversation is. It's not private, it's out in the open. So all the other queens who haven't had a chance or have already spoken with Rue in this moment, in this Rue talk, okay, is listening. So Morgan, mouth wide open, listening to how Mystique here feels about what transpired and why there'll probably be another argument because Morgan is always in people's business. I was like, okay. She said that's what it was then, and I see that, and I see she's still doing it now. So and Morgan said, there like, I can't believe, how she was looking mouth wide open. I thought that was funny, but for real, that's how Miss. That's what they said. I said, okay, Misty, she ain't got no quarrels. So then we got Don, of course. Child, they need to watch out for this one.
Mm-hmm.
She was doing a doggone thing. I love it. Also, they're supposed to go in, are they doing choreography?
Yeah.
I thought they were doing choreography. So they're doing choreography for a number. What do you call it? What was it called? What was it called, man? The runway called Latoya's R Us, which was just superb. That was just, it was it was something. It was a sight to see. It was a sight to see. But they did the electric Rugaloo, and they all pretty much did a really good job. I didn't have any issues with anybody. I thought that Morgan, Akira, and what was the third one? Who is this? And Don, those three would be an issue towards the end. That was who I was looking at, but Excuse me, but they all did a really good job. I thought that their outfits were pretty cool, but I was kind of, a little disappointed in a couple of looks. One being Morphine,
Mm-hmm.
and who was the other? Who was the other one? Anyway, did you have any issues with anybody?
Mystique. Here's the thing.
Yes.
I
Yeah,
think that it's so. I appreciate what I appreciate about the bracket system is that it allows for us to revisit a lot of different queens. And I really appreciate that the World of Wonder is digging back into the franchise and pulling back some queens that are from the earliest, show seasons. You got to come ready to perform though. And if you haven't elevated your drag, if you have kind of, I don't want to say stagnated, but like, I don't know, if you're not currently watching the show and ready to bring it, everyone's going to say that about your performance. Now, if you getting the time and ups your booking fee and keeps you working and that's all that you really want to accomplish, then you've succeeded in your goal. We appreciated seeing you again. I really, really feel for her because of the massive weight loss and trying to be really confident and also successful in a much slimmed down size and all of those things, having had gastric bypass surgery and a major weight loss myself. But it was just, it was like I don't sometimes when they let. But look at Nicole Page Brooks. Nicole Page Brooks brought back mediocre, but brought back so much personality we were dying,
Yeah.
like so and not all mediocre. So whatever. Mystique just didn't feel up to the level that All Stars requires. Respectfully.
And I was shocked, and you know how I feel. Things need to be tight when you get to All Stars, and there's a few issues. I was like, okay, y'all, what's going on?
Yeah.
Come on. And Mystique was one of them. I'm shocked. But we're gonna see this Latoya. Latoya was the muse, so iconic Latoya looks. I never thought I just never knew she was this iconic. I just never knew that. So I'm shocked to see how much love she's getting. I just never knew she was that big over there. So
well, Rue loves her. Rue has some very, very genre specific love. I mean, remember when Latoya posed for Playboy and like all that? So I was like kind of remembering when we were looking.
Yeah, it was bad. It
was bad.
Ooh.
But remember when she tried to, I don't know, there's something about whatever she did, I guess maybe because he can't get Janet on the show. RuPaul is, all about the Latoya, but hey, whatever. I didn't know she was that iconic either. I mean, she definitely has a story. But hey.
Girl. Well, this is Rue coming through with one of her Latoya inspired looks. The headband was always signature. We always knew that was Latoya when we were younger, if we didn't know all of their names, but we kind of knew the baby. It was more obvious, only 3 of them. And
I didn't even know there was another girl. I forget her name. I can't even tell you what her name is, the oldest one.
Yeah, Rebe is the oldest.
Yes, I always forget Rebe. I'm like, oh yeah, shoot, yeah.
So it was, even though we didn't need to distinguish Latoya, it was known. Okay, we always know who the baby was. That's Janet, and the eldest That was Rebe. So who left? Latoya, right? But she always had that signature headband as illustrated here.
Mm-hmm.
So it was cute. It was a moment. And of course, the judges, Michelle Visage, looking great. Oh, she got a tattoo. I didn't see that before. Is that new?
Oh, I do think it's new. She looks fantastic. You know me,
Does she?
I'm quick to tell when she looks stupid, but she looks amazing. This is great.
La Roche giving what he usually gives.
Yeah.
Congrats to him and his engagement. And the iconic Latoya Jackson, y'all. So this is a Curious C. Davenport imitating a look. Usually when the gown, the gown is supposed to go to the floor, I thought it was cute to have it flounce around while she's walking to give it an extra femme effect. But nah, girl, they was like, nah, bring that bitch to the floor. I was like, oh, I have a lot to learn. But I love this. I guess,
Well, the running critique, if your dress doesn't hit the floor, is that it's breaking the art of feminine illusion, because most men, when they buy women's clothes, the dress is like ankle length. So it's like a reed. It's like shade. If your dress isn't, the proper length, it means that like you're a man in a dress, is kind of the uh insinuation, with a hemline not being where it needs to be.
Okay.
So that's just kind of why everybody was reacting that way. But you're also free to like what you like. You know what I mean?
I love the flowers. I thought that was just the cutest thing. But now okay, to the flow, to the flow, to the flow, period, to the flow. So I
Yeah,
thought she did a great job, though,
yes,
otherwise.
this was cute. Some technical flaws. I think I also did not like Akira's opening entrance with like the way the skirt cage fit onto the dress. So I do think on occasion Akira has some technical things that don't look,
Okay.
that bug me a little bit. So she's a beautiful queen, one of the most bodied, as they say. I liked the extra hair, all the things. So I thought this was pretty good. If we're gonna do like ratings or whatever, this was pretty good.
So we have Don doing an iconic
Oh,
Middle Eastern moment. I thought it was everything in a bag of chips. And
incredible.
yeah, she looks great.
Incredible. Dawn, incredible. Look at the art of feminine illusion with that body. Ridiculous. She is so corseted. I think you've seen Dawn walking around in the workroom with that little teeny tiny waist.
Yeah.
This is so stunning. This is why they kept Dawn. This is why. Like, look at that. Incredible. The only thing I didn't like was the booty. Bob talked about he doesn't like it when a G string is like not. It's like just but that's very, very minor. I thought it was amazing. Bravo, Dawn.
Next, we got Lucky Stars imitation. Did not pull it off. It would have been so much better had she got those fox tails or
Mm-hmm.
whatever they're called. Faux.
Yes.
And not these. I think it's ooh, ooh. I think I heard Roger or Raven say even the boots are not the same size length. I said, oh my God. When I saw the boots, I said, that's right. One was considerably lower than the other. This was a yeah, brick. Brick.
I just feel like Lucky Stars was not as prepared to return as I would have liked, considering she was a first out. I just always want first outs to come back and just slam these hoes like the way Irene the Alien did, right? Like,
Yes.
this is why you don't eliminate me. And I don't feel like Lucky really came prepared to do that. Like, even she didn't even like needed help with her regular face, and that was why she was sent home last time. You know, where it's like Yeah. So honestly though, I'm yelling for no good reason. Sometimes I catch myself. Uh there are other queens like Dawn and Crystal Method that play around in the more extreme looks, artistic looks, avant-garde drag. And so, she just wasn't ever gonna, she didn't bring the level to be in true competition with them.
Mm-hmm.
But this was a boot beyond. This was a
Brick, straight,
yeah,
lawnmower, all that.
yeah, all the ones.
Morgan Michaels did the doggone Thizzle and definitely T. T all day.
Morgan said, "Take this, bitches." Didn't she look great? I mean, Morgan, isn't it funny? Morgan literally looks like Lord of the Rings out of drag. Morgan looks more like Dawn in drag, out of drag, than anybody I've ever seen with those pointy little ears, right? And yet, doesn't Morgan make a stunning queen when she puts all that together? You're like, dang. Yep,
She did, yeah, she did what she was supposed to do here, for real.
did. Yep, sure did.
Morphine Love Dion. I almost was about to be offended. I said, okay, it's not, but okay, it's something else. And it's cute. I like it. Especially love the boots.
You mean you thought she might have been culturally appropriating?
Right.
Ah, yes. Well, no, she's replicating. So, and Latoya did that for the Siegfried Follies show. So I think all the things are supposed to be very opulent showgirl kind of things.
Right.
I
Because
thought,
when I looked at it, it wasn't in that other. So yeah, that's why I said, okay, almost.
yeah. So, and I don't, yes, right. Yeah, that's a whole gray area too. Like, I think she's Nicaraguan. So, like, I know that a lot of, Latin American countries have their own indigenous, things that are very similar and whatever. But,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Just one addendum to the morphine thing. She talked about how she had really poor reactions to, she said she had really horribly bad insomnia. She was not getting any sleep. She had
Mm-hmm.
emotional breakdown reactions to not winning and really, really struggled to remember anything. So you were talking about how you were very underwhelmed and by her return. I just wanted to let
Yeah.
you know that she was literally kind of speaking to the things that you were noticing and
Mm-hmm.
giving us the reason why. And I was happy,
Mm-hmm.
so just FYI, your underwhelm was like due to
Mm-hmm.
the state she
Okay.
was in from the accident. But anyway,
Okay.
this is still beautiful Latoya look. Not my favorite, but she looked great. And I do think she did a good job on the lip sync. I mean
Yeah.
on the verse and stuff. So
So the went top two turned out to be Don and Morgan. Well deserved.
mm-hmm.
Well deserved.
Yeah, because Dawn's outfit was the best.
So I think they went ahead and did, of course, the what do you call it? Well, I forgot one person. I forgot Mystique, and I was probably for a reason, child. Um, as we spoke before, we were discussing, iconic looks from, as you can see on the right, this is what is being imitated. And Mystique came out, and this is what she had.
Oh yeah.
What's the fur for? I don't. that's not something Latoya is holding. So I don't understand why that's even present. And it was just the way it wasn't. It should have been constructed the exact same way, because it looks like it could have. It just wasn't. So yeah, brick. No. Mm-mm. Can you see what I'm talking about?
Yes. Oh, I mean, I don't. Are these her emotional support types? This is what I wonder, because I have some of those where they make you feel secure, but they're not too uncomfortable, and like and maybe you shouldn't be wearing them with the outfit that you're wearing them with, but you just feel better when you wear them. Like, I just don't understand why we have that going on with the nude illusion that matches. The nude illusion on the top matches. But like, and I've seen many a queen like get the tones right, regardless
Mm-hmm.
of the shade that you are, you should match it. So I don't understand how you can go to RuPaul Charles's runway,
All stars.
having already done this before, and bring this out. I don't know, like,
All
it's
stars.
it's 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 I mean, I don't know, like I said, the thing is that I understand there might be a lot of insecurities. Darian Lake dealt with this when she came back for All Stars. When you lose a lot of weight, you also had a lot of extra skin. There's all kinds of ways your body is not like that of a normal person. You have your own issues with a major weight loss once you have slimmed down, that
Mm-hmm.
you might feel insecure about. You've got a lot of body dysmorphia. There's a lot of things going on. And I really feel for Mystique in that way. But I don't understand how you look at those tights and that dress and think that it's a good idea to go on TV like that. You need to get some emotional support tights in the right hue, my friend.
Yeah, that was horrible. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, it was yeah, it was horrible. Oh my gosh. Well, after all that, we went to, of course, Don and Morgan were the ones who tore it down and was able to do their thug thizzle, and the winner, of course, is Morgan. She put on a real good show.
She sure did. Showed y'all why. Yep, she's a veteran, seasoned veteran.
Big ups, and these are the points. So we're gonna find out in episode 2 exactly how these points are gonna transpire, child. It was a mess at episode 2. OMG. Where are my notes, child? Because it was yeah, girl. It was some stuff. It was some stuff going on. So it was the usual format, right? The rule explains the mini challenge, the granny panties mini challenge where they had to put on panties.
So funny, right?
And
Wasn't that fun?
then
They were funny.
right. And I was like, what is going on? Do I have a picture of this? Because child, I was like, what is going on? Oh my gosh, where is it? Pretty much they had to get their granny panty situation up. They had to put on, if I can broadcast it, they had to put on panties, granny panties, that is, and pull them up without their hands. I'm like, oh, that's interesting. I thought maybe. Go ahead.
No, I just thought it was funny.
So here they are with these panties on, here they go. And they're just all on the ground trying to pull them up and trying to, see how they can scrunch themselves and friction and this, that, and the third. And it was funny, child. Yes, it was. I'm like, how? So instead of them winning anything dramatically, you know how they do the 2,500 for the winner, they all got like 500 apiece, 400 apiece. So at least they got a little something for trying. I guess A for effort. My goodness, what else happened? And no extra point. So of course the points come towards the end. Rue explains the maxi challenge. That's where they become queens, mimicking a famous and iconic bar that's been around town. So they have a bin of materials to choose from. And we also get a visit from Raven. It's a pretty cool situation. Runway is called Iconic Bar Queen Couture. And of course, just like with the first part of the bracket where Morgan won, she won 10K. So when you win the lip sync, you get 10K, y'all. Ooh, ain't that nothing? That ain't bad.
No, it's not. I think 10 is like the new 5, but it's also helpful even in this economy.
Mm-hmm. True there.
Like 10 is like the new like $500.
Damn.
You know?
Yeah, I can do something with 10 right now. I can do something with 10. Mm-hmm. But a good 50.
Right. Yeah, no, yep.
50 would just be the end all be all. But anyway. What else happened in this? So pretty much the maxi challenge where they got to go through with the iconic bar queens. Did you recognize any of those bars they were naming off during their practice?
Yeah, I mean, I did, but like the only gay, I mean, I've been to the ones in Long Beach and I've been to the Abbey a very, very long time ago, which the Abbey wasn't up there. But yeah, I mean, I've definitely heard about many of them. And my own personal experience, I think everybody was talking about the first gay bar that they went to. Mine was Hamburger Mary's in Long Beach, which is an iconic gay bar in Southern California. So shout out to Hamburger Mary's Long Beach. I saw Raja there and Delta Work, who was one of Rue's wig stylists for a while. But yeah, I saw Raja there, the Raja.
I know that the Hamburger Mary's is all over the country. Some are no longer in business, particularly the one in Houston. I was going to go and just found out that it had closed right at the time. So that was some place that I was trying to go to and have a good time. But right before, like I said, it shut down. But yeah, this is y'all. This is Raven. She came through to help Rue with one of those Rue talks when they're talking about getting their costume made and together and presentable. Just, some helpful hints from both Raven and Rue. Raven did a good job. She had drink tickets.
Yeah, that
was for though.
Girl, Raven looking like a baked potato skin. I love Raven, but no, I love this wig. The outfit was cool. Raven looks good.
So now we're gonna see their runways of iconic bar queens from famous and iconic bars. within the community. So this is, you know who. I thought it was plain. It was cute, but a little plain.
Similar.
I'm looking for maybe a pop of color, you know, black and blue. It's just a little boring in my opinion, but who am I? A little corset. Is that supposed to be a nude illusion or just, I don't know.
That's a good question. I didn't notice it really quite like that on camera.
Yeah, it was a little plain, but whatever.
It's all right. It was all right. It was a hit it and quit it. I'd hate to rip off other shows. Go watch Trinity the Tuck with Chantel Sparkles. I
Please
Live.
do.
But you know, it's in the spirit of admiration.
Well, remember, either it's a brick or it's tea.
I know, but I like their levels. I like they give me options.
We hard over here. You know what I'm saying? Because listen, at All Stars, we shouldn't see nothing out of place. We shouldn't see nothing mismatch. And what we have been made to comment on. I'm not trying to be rude, but it's gonna come out how it's gonna come out. I'm just saying. Because at this point, I expect a whole lot of this. And maybe one or two, but not 3 and 4 for these bricks. I'm sorry. Not sorry. It's hard over here, y'all. It's hard. And Michelle is laughing at me, so I'm going to keep going. That's Michelle, y'all. Michelle Visage. She's looking cute.
She does. I would have liked her hair up though, because like there's a turtleneck, and so instead of back like that, I would have liked the maybe an updo.
I'm trying to figure out what her jacket is or her dress, but it's a little. She got that star again.
Oh yeah, look at that.
I wonder what that means. What's going on with you, Mama? Is she from Dallas? What's going on?
I think she's from, I don't know.
Preston Cressley of the famous Cressleys, yes.
Yes, the horse family.
Kate Hudson. I just can't know who her. Just don't remember who her mama is.
Goldie Hawn.
I know. I was like, the way they made
it.
it.
Oh. At first, I thought you were being serious, and I was like, wait a minute.
So here we go with Don. Excellent.
Yeah. I don't think that this concept quite came to fruition on the theme of it, but it's such a beautiful dress, and she's got such a flawless figure in this. It's so drag, and the fact that she made this as quickly as she did, you have to admire it. You have to. You know, it's just, damn, kid. Good for you.
Joella, this is how you put your face in a pillow.
That was funny. That was really funny. That was really funny. But yeah.
Joella, Ella, girl, that's how you do it.
Mm-hmm.
Just like this is a version of how you, girl. Excelente.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, this is tea. Can't be nothing but.
Yes.
Acaria C. Davenport. Ooh, where'd she go? Her profile. She also did the doggone thing. It was beautiful. I thought this was tea. Hot tea, piping.
Totally.
Mystique Summers. The hair is a mess. It doesn't look. It looks a mess. And this little cape, I would have liked a bigger cape if you're gonna have a cape. The skirt, it's just all this fringe and no.
And good Lord, look
Great.
how far back the wig is. That's old school. That's old school where you're gonna Beijing the front of your head so you can get the. I agree with everybody. The purse was cool. Purse was fun.
Mm. Morgan McMichaels. I like this. Of course, I gave it some tea. It's definitely not a brick. She, similarly, in my opinion, the way Jane Don't did the box of rags, I thought this was in similar fashion, the way it was constructed with layers of this. And I thought, okay, I can see a resemblance in how they think, which is why they produce so many nice outfits. But yeah, I thought this was, oh, shoot, great job.
It was. I mean, yeah, it was completely like mid-level worthy. You know what I mean? Like somebody said they didn't
Mhm.
really care for the Meet Me in St. Louis hair, which is true. The hair's a little old-fashioned for the outfit, but still looked great.
Morphine Love Dion. This looked amateur. It was yeah, it needed some zhuzhing, in my opinion. It needs a whole lot. I'm sorry, Mama. I gotta give you a break. I don't like it.
Yeah, it didn't work. It and the palm frond and the one hair thing, like what is happening? You know, like it just it was mediocre.
And Lucky Stars doing her big one in such a dramatic way. I'll give it T. What you think about Lucky?
It's tough because you know what? Her drag aesthetic is hard for me because it always looks really messy to me. And I understand that there's something about the aesthetic overall. I appreciate that she keeps it consistent. Um, but eh, uh it's like it's not really tea for me because I don't feel like the skirt like sits right. I thought that the frosting on the skirt was really cool. I thought some elements of it were cool, but like if
Mhm.
I had to, I'd brick it. It's really a mid for me. It's a hit and quit it, to be honest. But since you want to be cutthroat, I'll brick it.
All right, moving on. This is what we found out. The winners, the top two, was Don and Akiria. Oh, let's see what's gonna happen on this lip sync, child. Now that was a nice song that they lip synced to. I appreciated the song. What was it called? Let me see.
oh,
Fergalicious by
yeah.
Fergie. Yeah.
You said it right as it came to my brain. Yep.
Yeah, I was looking, of course, some things came off, of course, and how it goes, twerking and carrying on. And this is what we came towards the end. Akiria and Dom both have 4. Lucky has the 1. Morgan still has her 3. And Morphine and Mystique have 1 from them giving each other points from before. Oh, look at the eyebrows, Sean. Oh, girl, the eyebrows get a brick, but that's okay. we wasn't judging the eyebrows, child. And oh, Morphine, it's okay, Mama. I know you felt slighted, but it's the game, child. You can't tell people what you want, and then they're gonna take it. Like, okay, Don, you heard her say that's what she wanted.
Oh, whoops. I had myself on mute. Morphine, you were not even a contender this episode for the top baby girl. But like I said, I think Morphine was completely emotionally dysregulated. So, yeah. And I really, like I said, I appreciate the way Morgan chose to give her point, because if somebody helped me and I was successful because of them, then they deserve, like that's, I think it would have felt crappy if Morgan hadn't give Akiria her point so that she could advance. And that would be the only reason that Morgan advanced. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, so I appreciate that even though Morgan said, I'm not here to play on alliances, she said, I'm going to support my friend because she supported me. And I'll just take the chance that potentially cuts me out of what my advancing to the next round. I really loved it because we needed some sisterhood.
Tell me about it. And speaking of sisterhood, episode 3 was pretty good, right? I love how they work well together, and a whole lot, like so far, Morphine is the one that felt the most slighted, with the so-called deals. She had something with Lucky. Lucky didn't give her a point when that's, pretty much that's what they said they were going to do. Lucky was like, well, I didn't come here for alliances, but what? I can't tell. I'm just saying, all this flip-flopping back and forth, like, Lucky can't be trusted. So Morphine, you learn the hard way there. And then telling Dawn that she wants to do this particular, use a certain bin of materials, and then Dawn takes it, girl. And now according to hers, it's F everybody, F it, F everybody. Well, it should have been that in the first place. It's a competition. Girl, but at least she wasn't tricked. She just lied to.
Well, remember how they did have an alliance, but then Morphine and Dawn were talking a bunch of crap about Lucky, and Lucky heard it.
Yeah.
And Lucky didn't feel like she could trust Morphine if they're supposed to have an alliance, but she's talking so dirty about her. And so I do think Lucky had a fair point that we're supposed to be sister, and then you're like literally like, you're dogging me. Like, why would I then trust that you're going to do it? You're giving me signs that I can't trust this. And it is a competition, and an alliance person may not be offering you a fair alliance, right?
Right. And Lucky should have told her that at the time. Bust her bubble. Like, no, I'm doing this because of so and so.
That's fair.
Instead of making up something else. I'll just tell her what it is.
That's fair. Absolutely.
Put the onus on her shoulders. Well, because you said this, I'm doing this. So,
well,
but yeah, move how you want. It's a competition. Move how you need to move. Shoot. Girl, these folks.
It sounds it's interesting. Now that I know what I know about morphine situation, it's kind of like, baby girl, you weren't equipped to go to the next level. Like, you shouldn't have really been here in the first place. And it showed in your showing. Like, we're about to get to the one stellar runway that we had of hers, right?
Right.
The first one was good. The drag was good.
Yeah.
But there's just something missing. There's a morphine element, and whatever you were going through translated. And I feel bad because I think that the show wanted to give her a chance to recoup the momentum that she lost by not being able to perform, because she was right at the height of celebrating, so tragically injured. She'd have her face reconstructed, for Christ's sake, and she was like the face of the season, right? Everybody talked about, and she still is beautiful, don't get me wrong. I'm just
still
saying
pretty.
that, yeah, like, oh, and she said everybody thought that she was on hormones because she was like really, really, she was heavier, she was bloated from medication. Like, this was too soon. And she was also doing Drag Race Live. She was pushing herself in a way when she really needed to be taking time to heal, right? So, I just think that it was too soon, not for anybody's fault. You know what I mean? Like, I think Morphine wanted to regain the momentum that she lost. I think Drag Race wanted to give it to her. I just think that, unfortunately, they needed to wait another season. She needed more time, because she said that she's finally starting to feel better and can like talk about it without being really upset, because she feels like the brain injury has healed enough that she's got some more stability now. So anyway, I just think it showed throughout the whole bracket. So,
well, one of them was their Matcha Challenge. Excuse me. And we got a little home spooky network. So we want to show you how they paired up into two. Again, points the same, situation the same. So now they're going to pair up and give us a little, marketing 102. Hello. And they're supposed to sell us a product. Each of them have their own product, and they're both helping each other sell each other's product. So they get one segment for both of them, right? Does that kind of explains it? Does I say it kind of?
Yes, I agree.
And so again, they have the Home Spooky Network. Why do I always do that?
I don't know. It doesn't even sound like you. That's really funny. That is funny.
Oh, shoot. Oh, this voice is going to get better. This will get better one day. So this is Don and Morphine. So Don is selling this grooming kit because she's like a poodle dog situation. So she's going through all the different motions of, either shaving her, or then she went and shaved Morphine's head, and then she came out to be a little more gruesome than we first saw Morphine. So it was, kind of, ooh, but Morphine did the Hello Flesh meat of the month. You get meat, because she's smelling people, and she ate her best friend before, so she can't do that no more. So she gotta order meat so she don't eat her friends. Girl, what? Okay. Gruesome.
Yeah, it was gross for me. I didn't enjoy it.
So I would have liked Dawn to be, more scary. She was more of a cute dog situation.
Yes,
was more or less, something more gruesome, since it's supposed to be spooky. She wasn't spooky. Certainly not like Morphine. Child, Morphine looks scary.
She did. Yeah. It was just, yeah. It was not, I don't know, it was okay, but it wasn't, to me, like, outstanding. And I don't even think Dawn was like that strong, like they were saying. So, I thought she was okay, but like, I thought she relied a little too much on that goofy howl.
Yeah, she was definitely trying to take over you want to be the most memorable. I think she mentioned something being remembered for what she does, on this show. But I would have liked also for Murphy to jump in a little more, give us some more of you, because it did, look like Don was taking over, or it was more or less Don's production. They got to get in there, child. They got to get in there. But overall, I thought it was T. I didn't see anything like horribly wrong, like they flub lines and, so I thought I gave it T. What about you?
T, yeah, no, it wasn't. No, yeah, it was T.
Yes.
It was.
The next we have Lucky Charm, Lucky Stars on the right, and Mystique on the left. Now my notes, I want to make sure I have it right for who they are. Akiria is a mummy. Dawn is a okay, Dawn was a werewolf. My bad. I don't know what I called her, but she's a werewolf. Lucky Stars is a vampire. I was like, what is Lucky? Morgan is a zombie. Mystique is a Frankenstein monster. Okay. Got it. Okay, good. Got it. And they are selling, what are they selling? Eternal Life Iron Supplement. Okay, that's appropriate. Yeah, some powder drinks, y'all. Some protein, like some iron supplement.
Yeah. Oh, that's yes. What
And
what? Yeah.
body tag bags made of flesh by
Yes.
by Mystique's Frankenstein character. I wasn't. I like the go back and forth. They're at each other, but I just didn't like the overall situation. I'll still give it T because it was unique, but I would have liked it more judged. I'll still give it T though.
This is a hard one for me to say because I kind of want to say brick because I don't think improv is yes and. Improv is yes and. Improv is not no, no, no. You're supposed to like go with the flow.
Yeah.
And I almost went with like Lucky Star's performance almost worked, right? It was because it was weird and like she was animated and the energy was better than Mystique's, but there were so many ways she could have played with the vampire selling point to really sell her product that she didn't take advantage of. And instead of just being a weird blood clot, she was just like a little bit too like, oh, I'm just performing. It didn't have the sophistication that I was hoping for. So I'm gonna brick this one.
Oh, there it is, y'all. Ooh, brick. And next we have Morgan and Akiria. And Morgan is the no, what's her name? Akiria is selling rapture scars. Girl, okay. And Morgan is selling Glow Cosmetics. Morgan is a zombie child. No, Morphine's a zombie. Who's Morgan? Morgan.
Right.
Yes. Girl, this was confusing. But anyway, I thought it was cute. It was a little underwhelming for these two. Again, I would say they were tied with second, and the first was Don and Morphine.
Yeah,
so I would probably give them a brick because I expected more from them.
It's really interesting you say that because they like sang their praises, but I kind of did too. Like I thought Morgan was way too subdued and I wanted Morgan to win. I wanted Morgan to knock it out of the park so that she could go to the next round. I'm just going to be honest. Like I was fully invested in it being Morgan and Akiria. I wanted those two to go. That's where I was at. That's who I felt was the most talented. I felt like Dawn was a close third. I honestly kind of wish that they advanced 3 like they did last time, because it would
Yeah.
have been very, very easy, I think, to do so. I think they wanted Dawn for the drag that she's bringing. But I feel like Morgan had some great stuff too. I just think that they wanted, I don't know, there's something about Dawn that RuPaul really likes, and they wanted that. I just personally think that Crystal Method is so much cooler of an ookie kooky queen kind of thing, that I don't want Dawn to advance no matter what. And that's no offense to Dawn. I really mean that. I just think that I would have rather seen Morgan go, because it was Morgan's time to really like get to have this experience, and she got robbed. So, but let me go back to the original point. It was a brick because both of them are better than that, and it was low energy. And although Nefertiti was kind of funny, I just thought that it fell flat for what they could have done, the two of them together. Yeah, so
now we're going to get into more of the less of the show a little bit, and we're going to get into their runways that we always love to see. The runway is called Paris, France. So after all of the, swapping the bottom 4, giving their coinage away at the top of episode 3, A'keria has 6 because Morgan gave her point to A'keria, which kind of, tilted the scales more so with people thinking, oh, Morgan giving her point to the front runner. And that's what I was discussing earlier, or mentioning earlier, about the different ways, of competing. Are they giving it to someone who deserves it, or just because they're in an alliance and they really don't deserve it? Are they putting good people at the bottom like they did Mikey Meeks, for competition's sake? Everything is fine as far as I'm concerned. But I prefer that they award based off of how well they did versus anything else. So I appreciate it. It's nice to see a different take on how they're now. Not to say the other 2 brackets will do the same thing, but it's nice to see what it looked like, that they voted this way.
I respect that it went down this way. I feel like Morgan got robbed. I understand why Rue chose A'keria. I'm not even mad at that. I think Akiria's design and, honestly, I think A'keria was slightly better than Morgan in the performance too. She had a couple of jokes and things like that. And I didn't even notice her not looking at the camera. So, but anyway, this outfit is interesting. I don't know. Anyway, sorry, I got distracted looking at the photo. But like, I get it. I kind of had a feeling Dawn was going no matter what,
And I love how queens who are really doing their thug thizzle is up on top. They're, these are the contenders. Seriously.
It was, yes, undeniable.
Excuse me. Everybody back and forth. Okay, these 2 made it this week. These 2. Yeah. For sure. So again, All Stars is where either you have it or you don't.
Yeah.
It could be in between, but at this point, the name says it all. All Stars. You're supposed to be coming here gagging every time. Anyway, speaking of gagging every time, I like this sexy number. I wonder, can we see cheeks in the back? I think cheeks will make it even better. But I like this. Michelle, I'm like, girl, what you wearing? T.S. Madison was like, girl, I'm about to wear it too. Because she done lost 40, 50 pounds herself. Christina Ricci, okay, thighs. I didn't know she was the thigh master extraordinaire. Okay, Christina. So here we see Dawn. Runway is called Paris, France. They're giving us everything. And, you know, this is her quirky self.
Yep.
I'll give it T. Go ahead.
Paris rat. I guess it's kind of a I didn't love this. It would be a good pussy for me, honestly, but it's T because I can't give it a brick.
Meow. Morphine Love Dion did her big one. OMG. I really can't say anything bad about what I'm seeing. I love this beautiful slash, you know, non-beautiful look. And it was just a contrast of beauty and not beauty, in my opinion, you know, with the face and just looking, you know, like a skeleton. It was awesome to see. I love this.
Yeah. No, this was really cool. Somebody asked if Morphine meant to have it off the like candelabra off to the side, and I was like, I don't know. I wasn't really bothered by that until someone pointed it out, and then I was like, what the heck? This was really cool though. I wish the hair was a little bit bigger in the back, just a little more poofy and grand of like all of this like crazy, you know, but that's kind of minor. I think this was definitely cool. I think, you know, for sure.
Now that's how you do it right here. Go ahead, girl.
Mm-hmm.
Lucky, lucky stars. Looking like those Biscoff cookies.
I love those cookies with a passion. It's so funny that you say that.
You know, they got that rectangle, square, whatever, with the indentions of, and
Yes.
you know, this is lucky. Something different. Ooh, something different. I'll give it I'll give it T. It was T. Where you go, friend?
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Somebody like you know how somebody texts you and you catch a corner of it and you're like, I need to not pay attention. Anyway, this is a brick. This is a brick for me.
This is a brick.
Nope. It's just not like I get it, but like yeah, no, it's a brick. I'm just not really that into it.
Oh,
Just because
it's jumped again.
Just because it's giant doesn't mean I love it, you know.
Okay, so we got Mystique Summers coming in as a Dior perfume bottle. I thought the concept was cute. I would have liked to see this zhuzhed up some more, lackluster, but I can appreciate where she was going with it. I just don't think she was finished. So
Yeah,
I'll spare it a T because it wasn't brick. Definitely, it'll just need to be zhuzhed up more.
this is a brick.
Ooh, my friend said it was a brick.
No, this is not anywhere near the J'adore commercial. No.
And she said what she said. Look, are
I
you
did.
sure?
I'm gonna keep it simple. No, because it's like this is an outfit you'd wear in a skit. This is not what you'd wear on a runway.
Maybe she's too old-fashioned. Because I'm seeing an old-fashioned tea every time she come out.
Well, and that's kind of what, when I was rambling earlier, that's what I mean. That, like, when you go back into the generations of drag, there are some people that are kind of frozen in time, or they're used to doing like the certain level of nightclub circuit, and they don't bring drag that's elevated beyond that.
Mm.
Like maybe they're not doing pageants or things like that. So it's a brick. I'm sorry. You can't come to Drag Race with this stuff. And her pads look crazy in this.
Aquaria C. Davenport. Banana anyone? Okay, I thought it was weird. But yeah, I like this. So I gave it T.
It's, have you seen, it's like a direct Josephine Baker reference? Have you ever seen the
Yeah.
photo? Okay.
Uh-huh.
All right. So I mean, I thought it was cool because of that reason. I thought it was fun.
I kept thinking of what's the previous queen who won 16, who did the bananas all the time?
Nymphia
Win.
Wind. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So okay, Nymphia, Muse, but yeah, Josephine. Morgan Michaels, of course, is T on the first picture. I'm digging Morgan.
This was very good. Yep, this was T. Morgan for sure. This is why I honestly, yeah. I mean, gosh, I just don't think Morgan brought enough that she was the clear winner of this episode, you know? So even though I thought this was a really, really cool runway that could have pushed her over the edge because I liked it more than I liked Dawn's, I just don't think Morgan did better.
Mm.
But they still gave it to her. You know what I mean? Like, because they want it, whatever. Like, if I were really going by performance, I just don't know. But I wanted Morgan to go through, so I didn't. Here we are.
And here we are, the top two queens. Seeing Dawn again. Okay. So now we have Dawn at 6 and Morgan at 5. And they got to do their lip sync, child. Girl, she was looking like she was looking.
Yeah.
But where's that lip sync I wanted to show? Because it was just too cute. It was just too cute. I liked the song that they chose. I thought that was apropos.
Yes.
Zombie Boy by Lady Gaga. Mm-hmm. Lady Gaga, girl, that lady is a trip. I love her attitude about life. Zombie Boy. Akira. When they had to give all their points away toward the end, Akira got 7. Dawn 8, Lucky 2, Morgan 7, Morphine 2, Mystique only the 1. So they ended up doing the semifinals, which will be Akira and Dawn. They are moving along. They represented the orange bracket well. And with points given and all of that, this is who. It was either Dawn, Akira, or Morgan. So yeah, I'm fine with all of this.
They wanted Dawn. It was clear. Like the production, RuPaul, they wanted Dawn to go forward. Mm-hmm. It should have been Morgan. I'm sorry. It should have been Morgan and Akira. Morgan should have won the lip sync, and Akira should have gotten voted through. Like, that's my personal opinion, but you know how this goes. They always have an agenda. They wanted Dawn to go through, but Dawn won't win, I don't think. I just think that she, and rightfully so, though, Dawn was in the top 3. So it is what it is.
Now, y'all, if y'all don't know, or if you don't remember from last All Stars 10, the other 4 queens still have a chance, each bracket, they will still have a chance to be a part of these semifinals, because those extra 4 queens per bracket will be placed in a pool chosen by one of the guest judges on who should participate at the final semifinals portion. And so everyone still has a chance, even though they didn't make the semifinals cut. So I think I still prefer for queens not to be a part of the judging process for each other. But I like this, again, either way, of course, people want to, make good TV and do things, be performative. But I think good work should be rewarded. So however that is.
Yeah, I mean, they're still trying to figure this whole thing out. And they did it last time. I don't think it was perfect. I think they're trying to still make the bracket idea exciting because they get to get more queens in the mix. And I do enjoy that part. We'll see if this slightly modified bracket format works itself out. I'll see how I feel, because I honestly left the first time feeling like they ramrodded Ginger through and it didn't feel good. And she's a very, very talented queen, but like it ruined the win because everybody had such strong opinions about the way that they got her there.
And that extra 10K ain't bad, every time somebody wins. So Akira got 10, Don got 10, and Morgan got 10. Because each of them won a specific week. That's good. That ain't bad.
Nope.
And then 200 on the end. Oh my goodness.
I know. Yeah, so we'll see. I'm not sure if I love it yet because there's still some pitfalls to this, but we shall see.
So y'all, episode 4 will be airing, and we'll be letting you know what that is. Just like we changed the dates and times for this particular live. As long as you are subscribed, that means there is a parenthesis around the bell. The bell is clear, white, black, something to that effect. Just make sure that you are subscribed and that you are getting notifications. So the next time you see something come out of this channel, you will know what's going down with that particular episode. And again, thanks to my co-host for doing this with me. I appreciate all of your expertise and camaraderie. I think it makes the show flow real well. I appreciate you. Thank you, man.
What?
I was just gonna do my
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Where you be? No, you want to say something?
Nope, I sure don't. Oh,
well,
Lord.
I know you got to tell us at least this. Where you be at when you're not talking mess with me?
Don't catch me on the day after Disneyland. Let me tell you that, because I'm stumbling around here like with a kinks or get along. I do apologize, folks. You can catch me on Facebook, Psychic Aaron Boyd. You can also catch me on Instagram and Threads, Psychic_ELB. Hit me up in the DMs if you would like to get a reading. Otherwise, just friend me on social media.
Yes, y'all. Don't forget to do all those things. We're going to go. But we will be back at the end of the week for episode 4, second bracket. Can't wait. See y'all later. Bye. Ray, Ray.